Hello and welcome, dear friends. Welcome to All About Mars Surface. Today's episode, we're going to talk about some fascinating new discoveries and interesting facts about Mars. So make sure to watch this video till the end. Let's begin. There is something buried under the sands of Mars. Something that changes everything we thought we knew. A Chinese rover, quietly exploring the surface, detected 76 hidden layers beneath the Martian ground. And if these layers are real, then Mars did not lose its water billions of years ago. It may have had liquid water and possibly life much more recently. This single discovery could rewrite the entire history of Mars. Stay with me, because what you are about to hear is one of the most important revelations in planetary science. A Chinese rover just found 76 underground layers on Mars. Layers that only form when water flows, freezes, and returns again. If that's true, then Mars may not have been dead. It may have been alive far longer than we ever believed. Something remarkable has been hiding beneath the silent sands of Mars, something that no one expected. A discovery made not by NASA or the European Space Agency, but by a rover from China. A quiet machine rolling across the red desert uncovered 76 layered structures beneath the Martian soil. Layers that could rewrite everything we thought we understood about Mars. For decades, Mars was described as a cold, dry, dead world. A world where water once existed, but disappeared billions of years ago. But China's first fully independent Mars mission, Tianwen-1, changed that narrative. Beneath the surface dust, scientists found evidence of ancient flooding, buried ice formations, and crusts of salt, hints that liquid water may have survived far longer than we ever imagined. And if water lasted longer, then something else may have lasted with it. 3 months later, on May 14, 2021, its lander touched down in Utopia Planitia, the same region where NASA's Viking 2 landed nearly half a century earlier. Riding aboard that lander was the rover known as Zhurong, named after the ancient Chinese god of fire. Standing 1.85 meters tall and weighing 240 kilograms, Zhurong made history by becoming the first non-NASA rover to operate successfully on the Martian surface. It was built to survive just 90 sols, around 3 Earth months. But instead, it continued to travel, scan, and send back data for over a full Martian year, covering nearly 2 kilometers before entering hibernation in 2022, as dust storms and winter darkness drained its power. A modest mission, but the data it sent back stunned scientists worldwide. Zhurong carried a ground-penetrating radar capable of scanning between 10 and 35 meters below the surface. And down there, hidden from view, it revealed something no rover had ever detected before: 76 distinct underground layers. Each layer told the story of a shifting environment. Floodwaters advancing, ice sheets freezing, dust storms burying the land. Researchers from the Chinese Academy of Sciences concluded that these layers are the result of repeated flooding cycles, where buried ice melted, flowed across the surface, and froze again, over hundreds of thousands of years. Other instruments confirmed the presence of hydrated salts and sulfates, minerals that form only where water once existed. These salts trap moisture, meaning thin, salty brines may have once, and possibly still, exist beneath the surface. But perhaps the most surprising evidence came from the dunes nearby. Their shapes, cracks, and smoothed ridges show signs of recent glacial activity, likely formed as recently as 400,000 years ago. In planetary terms, that is not ancient at all. That is recent. At that time, early humans were already walking the Earth. For decades, scientists believed Mars lost its water billions of years ago. Zhurong's radar changes that timeline entirely. It suggests water remained on Mars much longer, possibly into its recent geological past. And where there is water, there is a possibility of life. Maybe not on the surface, but hidden, just beneath the dust. China is now preparing the next mission, Tianwen-3, scheduled to launch in 2028 and return samples to Earth by 2031. It will attempt one of the most challenging robotic operations ever attempted: to collect Martian soil and rock, launch it back into space, and return it safely to Earth. Scientists have already identified 86 candidate landing sites, focused mainly in Utopia Planitia and Chrysi Planitia, regions rich in ancient lakebeds and deltas. These samples may contain chemical fingerprints of past life. If Tianwen-3 brings back even a trace of organic molecules, the discovery would be historic. Because for the first time, we wouldn't just be observing Mars from afar, we would be holding pieces of it in our hands. Back on Earth, China has already started preparing for human presence on Mars. In the Gansu Desert, the massive Mars Base 1 simulates Martian living conditions. Pressurized habitats, research domes, greenhouse systems, all built to train students, researchers, and future astronauts. Further west, the more rugged Mars Camp prepares trainees to survive isolation, resource rationing, and environmental stress. These are the first steps of a much larger plan, a series of crewed missions in 2033, 2035, 2037, 2041, and 2043, each one building toward a permanent Martian settlement. To achieve this, engineers are developing nuclear-powered spacecraft, in-situ resource extraction systems, and exploring the concept of a space elevator to reduce launch costs. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, SpaceX pursues the same goal, but with a radically different strategy. Two visions, two philosophies, one destination. Whoever solves the problem of moving mass to orbit and moving humans safely to Mars will change the future of our species. To put that in perspective, that's not ancient in planetary terms. Zhurong's radar changed that timeline completely. The discovery suggests that liquid water and potentially habitable conditions persisted much longer, perhaps well into the planet's recent geological history. That means the window for life on Mars might not have closed billions of years ago. It might have lingered, flickering under the ice, just beneath the dust. And that single finding from a rover few expected to succeed has reframed the entire search for Martian life. Because now the question isn't whether Mars ever had water, it's how long it lasted and whether something might still be hiding down there. Nearly half a century before Zhurong's landing, humanity first tried to answer the ultimate question: is there life on Mars? In 1976, NASA's Viking 1 and Viking 2 landers touched down on the Red Planet. Each carried a miniature biology lab, the first of its kind, beyond Earth. Their mission to scoop up Martian soil and see if anything inside was alive. The experiment mixed the soil. By 2031, we may be holding real Martian samples. Inside them may lie the answer to one of humanity's oldest questions. Are we alone? Maybe life on Mars never died. Maybe it simply moved beneath the surface. This is All About Mars Surface. Subscribe for the next chapter and tell us in the comments, do you think life still exists under the Martian ground?